are back with our fighting-only Nuzlocke of Pokemon Platinum. So, last time we managed to beat the Grass-type Gym, and in between sessions I went ahead and edited my inventory based on the farmable items we have access to now. Thanks to the underground, that includes all of the various plates for type boosting, as well as a couple of other minor things like damp, icy, and heat rocks, all of those. We do have an Everstone now because, well, I definitely wanted one of those so I don't have to keep canceling Alexander's evolution. Also light clay, iron ball. Some of these I don't know if I'll actually use, but I went ahead and added any that I might. We've also got plenty of heart scales, which will be useful later, as well as all of the various shards. And I also edited in all the berries that we can farm up to this point. So, we're in a pretty good situation. Let's go ahead and give Alexander that Everstone. I probably didn't need to edit in 999, but whatever. No reason not to, really. So, there are a few things that we can do at this point, and a few things that we need to do. I don't know why I'm healing, but I am. Did I already teach Bidoof Cut? Yes, I did. Okay, first thing we're gonna do here... Actually... I'll switch Alexander up front for this. So yeah, this is the old chateau. And there's only one really important thing that we can get here. But it is going to come up later in this stream, assuming everything goes to plan. Oh my gosh, how many of these? But yeah, assuming everything goes to plan, later this stream, we got a rare candy. I'm pretty sure actually, I don't recall whether I maxed out rare candies or not. I think I was planning to wait to do that until after we have access to all of the stat boosting medicines. Nope. We got the dread plate, but we already had that. That's the TV where you can get Rotom. A very good Pokemon for Nuzlockes. If you don't have more specific rules, there it is. We got the TM for Substitute. At this stage of the game, that's the only copy that we can get. And that is going to be very important for the next gym battle. Good evening, Rafkin. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I didn't see you right when you came in, but yeah, welcome. Now, the first required task that we have at this point is going to, like, for game progression and such, we're supposed to head to the... Oh, hang on. I've got all of these, right? I didn't already have Bluckberries. Or raspberries. Not that they're actually useful, I'm pretty sure all those do is make poffins. Oh, we got the TM for Sleep Talk. I don't think we'll have a use for that, but why not? Anyway. Yeah, we need to break into the Team Galactic hideout in Eterna City. So, I'm going to get my reference information pulled up because there we are. Eterna Galactic Building. So, we want to be pretty careful going through this because I want to minimize how much XP Heracross gains. There we are. I'm pulling up the Bulbapedia article so that I can check the map. Okay. Cool. Alright. I just gotta close about a dozen ads that are popping up over Bulbapedia. So yeah, we run into Looker real quick, and then let's see, so on the first floor stairs on the left lead to a dead end, and the stairs on the right lead forward. Unfortunately, that means we don't get access to that item quite yet, but I think we'll be able to get it without fighting anyone on our second pass. So, on the second floor, looks like the stairs to the left lead up. Pretty sure there's some sort of trick to this. It might just be which one forces you into a battle, actually. But I'm not certain off the top of my head. So, we're on the third floor. Looks like it's the left hand, or the left hand stairs again. So if this person is a fight, so it's right, left, left. Cool. If this person gives us a fight, we're going to have to fight them. Nope. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a clear path up to there. The question is what level we want to be at here. So the first Commander Jupiter battle, she has a level 21 Zubat, which does have a flying type move. And a level 23 Skuntank. That said, it looks like the Zubat has Brave Nature is, I believe, minus attack plus defense, or minus speed plus defense. Huh. Okay, so I do think I want to stack a couple of spare levels onto Genghis. Luckily, I'm pretty sure we have some wiggle room with... Okay, so the level cap for Fantina is 26. I think we're going to go ahead and get both of our main Pokemon to level 24. Which means, in this case, making our way back a ways. Because we are still in the process of EV training Hercules. And it's very important that we keep up with that, because Hercules still needs some stat bonuses in order to get through Fantina safely. I'm hopeful, because I think we need Hercules to break through the Zubat without it killing anyone. But I'm hopeful once we've done that, Genghis will be able to deal with the Skuntank in the back. At the very least, we should be able to switch Genghis in. Hang on. Here, you can have an experience share. We're actually gonna switch Hercules up front. But yeah, Genghis should at least be able to take some of the load off of Hercules as far as experience goes. Oh, why do I keep attacking the Bidoof? Yeah, unfortunately we are on the slow grinding portion pretty quick here. But once we clear the third gym, we should be past all of the absolutely, like, meticulous... Well, we've passed all the meticulous, grinding for EVs. At some point, I may wind up exporting the save real quick to check in PK Hex and see how many EVs Hercules has. But at least this time, I prepared a playlist for playing Pokemon. Like right now, what we're listening to is Phoenix City from Pokemon XD, which is easily one of my favorite themes in all of Pokemon. Overall, a lot of y'all might not have played Pokemon XD, just because it wasn't that well known. But prior to the release of the Nintendo Switch... Oh, hey, welcome to the stream, Max Superior, thanks for the follow. Yeah, prior to the Nintendo Switch, Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD were the only mainline Pokemon games released on console as opposed to handheld. And I say mainline because they can be swapped in with... I don't know why I keep using Aerial Ace on the Shinx. You can trade directly with games like Pokemon Emerald and Sapphire and such. And actually, for a long time, a lot of the competitive Pokemon metagame was influenced by movesets and such that were only possible through the presence of, or through the use of Pokemon caught in Pokemon XD. For example, before Baton Pass was pretty much uniformly banned from competitive Pokemon, a core element of a lot of Baton Pass strategies was Baton Pass Zubat, which was only available through Pokemon XD. Because a lot of Pokemon got special movesets and such, it allowed for some unique strategies. I think that might have been how Chansey got Wish, but don't quote me on that because I couldn't say for certain. Yeah, there are other unique things like self-destruct Snorlax. Oh, that was always a personal favorite of mine. I'm sure I'll take the opportunity to play Pokemon XD or Pokemon Colosseum or both on stream at some point. Because I genuinely love those games. They had their own unique region and a fun storyline. You started with an Eevee, which my initial Eevee. So that was the first main Pokemon game I actually played. So my first fully evolved starter was an Umbreon. Hence my name. And who knows, maybe if I get around to getting a Wii capture card, I could show y'all the original Umbreon from my first file of Pokemon XD. I think I have, I think I've since replaced that file, but I know that I traded my Umbreon off of it and onto another one for safekeeping. It's kind of funny when you think about it, though. The entire reason I got back into Pokemon, because I used to watch Pokemon... Oh, welcome to the stream, B Marching. How's it going? I used to watch Pokemon a lot as a kid, but until I was like 13, 12, 13, something like that, I didn't actually own a Pokemon game. And then one day when I was at the store, I saw this Pokemon game with what looked like a black Lugia on it. And I was like, is this a real thing? I decided to get it, and that's how I got Pokemon XD. And yes, as it turned out, it was a very real, official, like, Nintendo-released Pokemon game. I genuinely wouldn't mind. So, one of the cool things about those games is that they had a unique region they were set in. XD and Coliseum were both set in the Ore region, which I believe was based on Arizona in the United States, which is weirdly specific. Ah, heck. Weirdly specific for a Pokemon game, but I'll forgive it because it was quite a fun region to play. Had a cool, like, desolate atmosphere. And in Pokemon Coliseum, you got this really cool motorcycle that you rode from town to town on. That is one bizarre thing. So they didn't have... Pokemon XD and Coliseum didn't have wild Pokemon. They had Shadow Pokemon, which were Pokemon that had... The way they put it was had their hearts artificially closed. They were basically tortured. Like, if you really look at the lore of the game, it was pretty dark. But basically, you take a Shadow Pokemon, you lock it up in a room with no outside contact or positive bonding experiences for an extended period of time, and when it came out, it was a Shadow Pokemon. So the main characters in Coliseum and then XD had to use this device called the Snag Machine to actually take the Shadow Pokemon back from the people who had them, including the evil organization that was making them. But since it was heavily focused not on exploration, but on just unfiltered battling, you didn't have routes between towns. You just had... You just had a map that you could use to warp between towns. And in Pokemon Coliseum, your way of warping between towns in-game was that you rode your giant motorcycle. In XD, it was a bit of a step down. You were stuck with just a scooter, but... It was still a fun thing to see. Phoenix City was a major town in both games in the Ore region. I think the theme song changed a little bit between games. This is the Pokemon XD theme. In both cases, though, it's a very fun area to play through. Like, one of the first Shadow Pokemon you get the chance to catch is the second evolution of the Johto starter. Which seems random, I know, but the Ore region games were had a heavy focus on Johto Pokemon, which was a cool touch. Johto has some really good Pokemon. And the game's, well, Pokemon Coliseum anyway, starts at like a really high level. I think your Pokemon start at like level 27 or something. And you start with an Umbreon and an Espeon. Like, don't get me wrong, it's weird. It's a very different experience to any of the other Pokemon games. Yeah. Among other things, there's the fact that you're in double battles all the time. Like, all the battles are double battles. Which I thought was a really fun mechanic, honestly. Though it does make the games nearly impossible to Nuzlocke. And yes, I've tried. Sorry if I pause from time to time here, but I'm just kind of vibing. Oh, Kricketot. Looks like we're officially into nighttime in-game. There's so much range in the music from XD and Coliseum. Hang on, I'm just double checking what music it's rolled on to now. Oh, it's rolled on to some music from Mount Battle. Ah, there it is. There's the bit that I actually remember. Mount Battle is easily one of the coolest locations, in my opinion, of any Pokemon game. So it's a battle with 100 stages, meaning there are 100 trainers that you have to fight to get from the bottom to the top. And you have the option to bounce between which stage you want. Because its main purpose in-game is actually just for grinding your Pokemon. Like, that's the main goal there. Hang on, I just wanted to double check something with Heracross. So the benchmarks we're gunning for are 88 attack and 63 speed. We need to hit those by level 27, which will be partway into the third gym battle. Anyway, what I was saying was, one of the big challenges that's posed in-game is to do the entire run through Mount Battle with a single team. Which is a surprisingly difficult gauntlet. Especially since on like the second to last matchup, you face a trainer who just has 6 Pokemon that all have Explosion and Protect in their movesets. Which is an absolute nightmare to try and get through with most teams. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but I believe the game had inbuilt functionality that could check if you reloaded a save during it in order to keep you from just save scumming on a certain fight. Basically, there were some genuinely difficult battles in the later stages against Pokemon that were in the 60s for level and such. It took a lot of hard work to actually get up to the top. And on the bright side, the reward, I would say, is worth it. If you make it all the way up to the top, then you get a gift of one of the 3 Johto starters with one of the elemental hyper beams, so Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, or Hydro Cannon. Which, I mean, it's not a Pokemon that's going to suddenly be winning you any important battles, especially since the game is completely over, generally, by the time you reach there. But it is a cool and unique gift Pokemon. In Pokemon Coliseum, it's a very different thing. Instead of doing the 100 battle challenge in-game, you do a separate challenge outside of game with Pokemon from your file. And if you manage to clear all of Mount Battle in that mode, where I want to say all of your opponent's Pokemon are set to level 50. If you manage to clear it in that mode, you get a gift Ho-Oh in your file. Which is a pretty cool one. Like I said, the Ore games were a heavy homage to Johto, which had just ended the previous generation. So the main legendary from Coliseum was Ho-Oh, the main legendary from XD was Lugia, You get access to all 3 legendary dogs in Coliseum. You get access to at least one of the Johto starters in every game in both games. Okay, we're getting close to the level. Once Hercules levels up here, I'm going to go ahead and export the save to see where we are on EVs. And I'll also have to open up an online calculator to figure out what EVs Hercules will need specifically in order to reach the key benchmarks. Luckily, at the very least, we've got a little bit of wiggle room on speed, or on attack, not speed. Speed is purely binary. You're either fast. I guess there is speed ties, but we're really hoping to avoid speed ties. So if we're not prepared to deal with the 3rd gym smoothly, then the entire thing turns into a complete crapshoot. You know what, I'm gonna back up to this route actually, where the only wild Pokemon we're gonna wind up actually fighting is Starly. Because we need the speed more than we need the attack at this point. I think. Just because we have a couple of ways of giving us an edge on attack. We can get Hercules afflicted with poison before the match, or a burn potentially against Duskull. So we have more options for dealing with falling a little shy on attack if we happen to. We've also got a Dread Plate, because Thief is going to be our move of choice into Fantina's ghost types. Okay, that's a nice jump for attack and speed. So, okay, so we're definitely at a point where we're going to outspeed Miss Magius at level 27, because we're only a point shy of doing so now. Okay. Let's drop a save. And I'll double down on it to make sure it actually goes through. Luckily, since I'm not uploading anything, we won't have to load a save. Export. And then if I just go ahead and open up PK Hex, we'll view Heracross. Okay, so right now we've got 208 attack EVs. Unfortunately, we have picked up a smattering of them in other places. still got a decent chunk of room. Now, let's see here. If I go to the Pokemon damage calc, thank you, Smogan. Pokemon Showdown. We'll hop over to Gen 4. And drop in a Heracross. So. Nature Impish. Ability Guts. Let's see, level 27. Oh, hang on. We better pause that so I'm not putting in inputs over there. I do have to say, it's really annoying that Hercules' best IV is in special attack. And his worst IV is in special defense, because he's got a 0 special defense IV and a 31 special attack IV. So yeah, based on this, with the EVs we currently have, Hercules is going to hit 70 speed by level 27. And what about attack? Okay, Hercules is going to hit 91 attack by level 27. So, with that, we've done all of the EV training we need on Hercules. Curious how the others are doing. Yeah, Alexander doesn't have nearly as many EVs as the other two because he levels up so much faster. And also, I've been leveling him up heavily against optional trainers. Oh, I will have it noted that not only does Sun Tzu, the Metacham, have a minus attack nature, she has an attack IV of 2. So we're really heavily going to be depending on her huge power ability to carry us through, well, practically everything. Let's go ahead and give Genghis an item again. This time around, it's definitely going to be an Oranberry. Hercules currently has a Soothe Bell. We'll swap that for an Oranberry in a bit. So yeah, at this point the name of the game is not over-leveling. We have very limited options for actually dealing damage to the gym trainers in Fantina's gym, and I think we have to fight a couple of them, but I could be wrong. Because in this game, it's different from in Diamond and Pearl. In Diamond and Pearl, it's a quiz. You basically have a math quiz. And if you answer all of the questions right, you'll go through all of the correct doors. Okay. You got the TM for Captivate. I didn't even know we could get that. I don't know if any of our Pokemon can learn it. But yeah, back in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, you did a bit of a math quiz, and if you got all the questions right, you were going to be able to skip all of the trainers, and that made everything a whole lot simpler for managing levels. In this game, it's a maze. We have to navigate a maze. We've got a flashlight. The gym trainers have flashlights. Honestly, I've never actually done the maze. So I have no idea how to get through it. Which means there's a pretty significant chance that we're going to encounter a couple of Pokemon that we can't, or a couple of trainers that we don't manage to dodge. I'll do my best, but no guarantees. Okay, right, left, left. Now before we do this, I need to use the restroom. So I will be right back. Just hang out here for a second. Vibe with Jupiter and the Baneri and Clefairy and the dude from the bike shop, okay? Back in just a minute. And we are back. Okay, so let's double check. We need to put an Oranberry on Hercules. And we're definitely leading Hercules because he has a pretty solid chance of handling the Zubat in the front by himself. Ah, the upgrade. We won't be using that, but I like to pick up items. What can I say? And yeah, the reason we want, the reason we've got Oranberry on Genghis is that if we have a chance, we're going to go ahead and switch Genghis in. Most likely on... Actually, what moves is... Galactic Commander Jupiter's Skuntank has the ability Stench, a Modest Nature, Night Slash, Poison Gas, Screech, and Smoke Screen. So yeah, we'll need to play it safe to avoid getting hit by a Screech into Night Slash crit. But if we get hit by Poison on the switch in, that'll trigger Guts. Anyway. Let's do it. But yeah, if we can, we'll have Machop. We'll have Genghis switch in on a Night Slash. Hopefully take it pretty well, and then the next turn hit with a hard return. Or a hard revenge. Hercules is the one who needs to hit with return. We're hoping for a one-shot here, because otherwise this gets real dicey. Luckily, it is a Zubat we're up against, but all of the flying types that are scattered around this game will start to become a problem pretty quick. Genghis, you're in. Let's see what the Skuntank does. Smoke Screen. Okay, so we don't want to be dealing with accuracy drops, so we're just going to switch back to Hercules. Unfortunately, there's no way to avoid getting experience from the Skuntank on Hercules. Okay, Hercules should take that fine, even a crit. Yeah, see, that was 9 damage from a non-crit. So yeah, in other news, Brick Break. Please eat a move from a Pokemon that is much stronger than I'm supposed to have at this stage of the game. Oh, dang. Okay, we just got hit by Screech, which means Night Slash crit could actually do pretty heavy damage. So we're going to switch back to Genghis. Because it's not... Thanks to that Citrus Berry, it's not a two-shot with... Oh, yep, see? It's not a two-shot with Brick Break. Luckily, we're clear from even a crit, which is good because we took a crit. So yeah, if this doesn't kill, we're definitely going to have to switch Genghis out. I'm going to take my hands off my keyboard so that I don't accidentally fat finger the wrong thing here. Hercules, you're back in. Luckily, Skuntank doesn't carry Pursuit in its moveset. Otherwise, I wouldn't have dared to keep Genghis in on that one. Now, Aerial Ace for the finish. It wasn't really necessary to use Aerial Ace there, but it didn't actually matter which move I used, so... So the thing is, now, all of the Team Galactic grunts have cleared out. Meaning now we can go along the routes that we didn't take and pick up a bunch of items, most of which we aren't actually going to use, but I don't know, it's a form of tidiness. I don't know why I looked at that TV. Anyway, let's go and heal up everyone since, yeah, Genghis was running low after that fight, but now we're fine. So Genghis, if you want to go ahead and take back... We're actually going to give Genghis back the experience share. Just because on a couple of battles coming up, we're going to need to use Hercules. Oh, I hit B instead of A. On a decent number of battles coming up, we're going to need to use Hercules, and I don't want to get unnecessary experience on him. Speaking of using Hercules, though... We'll keep our current moveset for just a minute. But once we start clearing through Fantina's gym, we're going to have to... Hang on. It's not letting me refuse the Pokemon egg. Togepi isn't a fighting Pokemon. Anyway. So yeah, now we have the bicycle, which hypothetically gives us access to Cycling Road, but I don't want to pick up all of the experience that we would get trying to navigate the Cycling Road. Oh, you know what? There. Just give me a sec, gotta strip the land of its natural resources. Yeah, by backtracking through Floaroma Town, we can easily avoid all of the battles on Cycling Road. And I'll keep the egg in the party, because why not? Funnily enough, the fact that they... I think part of the reason they try to send you back through, what is this place? Orberg. So they send you back this direction, and this was the barrier that we couldn't get before. So by shifting gears in the bicycle, we're able to get up that hill. What are these? Raspberries. Raspberries are just poffin ingredients, so they're pretty much useless. So yeah, while we won't be going down Cycling Road, we will probably go through here at some point. Because underneath Cycling Road, we get access to Granite Cave, and Granite Cave is incredibly useful. Ah, crap. I didn't think that one through. Okay, so Genghis is trying to learn Vital Throw. The thing is, I don't really think I need it. Yeah, that was a bunch of unnecessary experience. Can't believe I slowed it down to avoid issues, and then despite all of that, I still managed to encounter the guy. But yeah. I don't think there are any important items here, so we should probably just be trying to skip as many trainers as possible. Let me double check. I believe this is Route 206. Yeah. So yeah, the big thing in Granite Cave is actually one specific item. It's the TM for Earthquake, which we could technically already go ahead and get, but we don't need it yet for any specific fights, so I'm going to put it off. Ground type coverage isn't that critical with fighting type coverage. They have a lot of overlap, hitting steel types and rock types super effectively, having issues with flying types, stuff like that. And since both of the strong ghost types in Fantina's gym are... Oh, it's not Granite Cave, it's Wayward Cave. Granite Cave is in Hoenn. But since both of the strong ghost types in Fantina's gym have the Levitate ability... Oh, hang on. Okay, it's Route 207, not 206. No wonder I was looking at weird stuff. Earthquake doesn't help us at all with her gym, which is unfortunate and frustrating because I would rather use Earthquake on Heracross than Thief. But whatever at this point. Yeah. It looks like somewhere, at some point as we're going through this route, we get the Versus Seeker. I think from Dawn, I guess, since I'm playing as Lucas. But anyway, just like that. Oh, here we go. I'll go with the right hand. And we got the dowsing machine. That's actually very useful. And we're going to go ahead and change screens. So the dowsing machine tells us when there is a, lets us find when there is a hidden item nearby. So if we notice the right hand screen, I can use it for a kind of radar. Oh, wait. So I can't get back there. Oh. I really need to change up my team order as well, because this is getting a lot of unnecessary experience onto my team, except... Hang on. Yeah, this guy's Geodude has self-destruct, so I'm definitely not switching. So I really don't want to switch in one of my actually useful Pokemon on a self-destruct so that they, you know, die. I will, however, spread the EVs around and Karate Chop my way through this. Now, let's bring Genghis back to the lead. Or, not my EVs, my XP. So yeah, most of the XP from that fight went to Genghis. Oh, hey Vinny, welcome to the stream. How's it going? We are making our way toward Hearthhome City. And I guess we have to meet Cyrus. Okay, no item there. I guess I could have gone straight through. I have my Rock Smasher. Okay, so going through here... Let me double check real quick. Pass through Mount Coronet. And on to Route 208. Are there any important items here that I can actually get right now? I mean... all of the berries from the Berry Master, which we'll go ahead and insert into the game in a minute. Yeah, it looks like the only important items here are the berries from the Berry Master. There's a... There's an ether on the floor, probably that Pokeball we could see off to the side there. Oh, hang on. I also went ahead and gave myself maxed out money, but I haven't actually bothered to go ahead and spend it on any of the useful items. Alright. Okay, he's just got a nose pass. Well, maybe this is the... Oh, there's the ether. That's very helpful, actually. Ooh, wait, that's a male Ralts. I didn't realize that was here, and that is a valid encounter. Hang on. Sorry, I completely forgot this was here. This is a valid encounter because it can evolve into Gallade. Of course we had to get a male on the first one when I don't have the correct Pokemon out for it. Oh my gosh, we may just have to throw it because it's level 18, which means it does no teleport. Oh crap. We have a Dusk Ball, which I think, since it's nighttime, should be the same reliability as an Ultra Ball. Route 208 and 209. Okay, luckily it is relatively easy to get one. Like, there is another route where we can get them. That will... Oh man, I can't believe I'm in this situation. Okay, so here's the thing. It's got a 25% chance to, just use teleport and vanish. But it does have the move Confusion, which means it might see a solid it might see the attacking opportunity on Genghis, which could draw it out. I honestly think my best bet here is just to chuck a Dusk Ball. Fingers crossed, people. It's gonna get out. Oh, yes, we got it. Okay, that was way more stressful. That was way more stressful than it needed to be. Real quick, I want to show y'all something after we nickname our Ralts. Ralts, you are now Arthur. If I can find the letter T. Y'all may recall in the last stream that I said it was important that we keep the move Taunt on Alexander. So Taunt is a move that prevents the opponent from using non-attacking moves for several turns. There's a very simple reason I wanted Taunt on Alexander, and it was entirely because that would keep Ralts from using Teleport. But that didn't help if I didn't have Alexander in when we encountered the Ralts, because switching to Alexander could end up with Ralts teleporting away. Okay. So let's see what the deal is with Arthur. We did get Trace. We can't use that, obviously, because we can't use Ralts until it fully evolves into Gallade. Okay, and the ability doesn't matter for when it evolves into Gallade. Gallade only has one ability. In this generation, at least. I don't know about the rest. Gallade is going to be a very useful Pokemon. Not only is it relatively bulky on the special side, and has good speed, it's got some unique coverage that'll be a big help to us. It's got obscene attack, like a lot of our Pokemon will. And it looks like we've got a neutral nature, naive nature. Let's double check. Naive is speed boosting, special defense dropping. Not ideal, because again, Gallade depends. Gallade's special defense is much higher than its physical. Almost twice as high as its physical. But at least it's not a minus defense nature, or Gallade would have trouble taking any physical attack. Anyway. Funnily enough, we've now got almost all of our encounters for the game. Because we started off with Chimchar, which will eventually evolve into Monferno and Infernape. We caught Machop, which will eventually be Machamp. Heracross, who is already perfect. Then we got Meditite, who will evolve into Medicham. And now we've got Ralts, who will eventually be a Gallade. The only Pokemon we still haven't gotten are Riolu and Krogunk. We might not even catch Krogunk, though. If possible, I'm going to set it up to catch Toxicroak directly, since we get it at a lower level that way, and surprisingly with a better catch rate, which is weird. Not quite a better catch rate, but lower odds of us failing to catch and it running away, I think. So anyway, that's Arthur. Normally I would be ecstatic about getting a Ralts with a speed boosting nature and Trace, but the ability doesn't matter. That said, Ralts will eventually be very useful. We're going to keep her at low level for now, but that is our second psychic type. Oh, and that's a bee barrel. We are probably eventually going to catch one of those. Oh, why did I do that? This guy just has... Oh, he has Mine Junior. Alexander, you want to go ahead and deal with this? Now, back to Genghis. Oh well. We managed to get away from that guy. I think these are all just Poffin berries. But if we come in here, congratulations, we now have basically all of the berries. So, I'm gonna double check here, but I want to do a quick summary of the berries that are available. Oh, also we're probably going to hold off on evolving Ralts into Curlia for at least a little minute to pick up a couple of moves that we otherwise wouldn't have access to. Because Calm Mind could actually come in handy. I don't plan to use Gallade as a special attacker, but who knows. We might find ourselves in a desperate situation that I haven't planned for. If we wind up having to use Gallade as a special attacker, though, that'll be depressing. But, as I was about to say, thanks to this route, thanks to getting access to the Berry Master on this route, we now have all of the status healing berries, so Cherry, Chesto, Pecho-Rost, Aspear, and Lum. We have the basic healing berries, so in addition to Orin, we now have Lepa and Citrus. We have Personberry for healing Confusion. The Pinch Berries were useless back in this generation because they only healed like an eighth of max health, which for most of our Pokemon is going to be less than a Citrus Berry would for the entirety of the run. But we have the berries that allow us to decrease effort values in certain stats, so we can clean up our Pokemon's training at some point, which will allow for more precise EV training, which is so nice. And eventually, in a later area, we'll get access to all of the berries that give type that cut the damage of super effective moves, which is absolutely invaluable. I need to double check something about when we enter Hearthhome, because I don't really feel like being caught off guard randomly. So, yeah, it looks like we have a rival battle here right off the bat. I am going to go ahead and switch Alexander up front. Wait, it's a required battle. Never mind, I can't use Alexander. Quick Claw for Genghis. Okay, so I can't use Alexander right now because this is a required battle. Luckily, I do think Genghis can handle this one basically solo. Like, I really... Obviously, he has a Starly, but we've got, like, a 6-level advantage on the Starly. So, real quick, part of the reason this gym battle is so hard is because these people won't let me through here. And these people won't let me through here. So I can't go past here to get the various items that are just a little further along in the game that would make this so much easier. Like, there are so many useful things past this. Never talk to that guy. He wants you to let him guide you around and such. Okay. Sure, why not? So yeah, y'all are seeing here that I did insert infinite money. Again, this is possible because we can technically farm items in the underground now, which means we could get as much money as we want. It's always important if you're going to cheat something into the game to save yourself time, to be sure that you can actually get that thing that you're adding in. Like, we had to wait until we could catch Heracross naturally before we I don't know why I'm buying Pokeballs. We have no more capture encounters in this. We have no more encounters in this game that we'll need Pokeballs for. Because in the Safari Zone, we'll be using Safari Balls. And in the, this is the place where you make Poffins. Oh, jeez. We get Riolu given to us as a gift. Okay, we got a Poffin case. I don't think there's any real reason to use Poffins in this game unless you're trying to get a Milotic. Or maybe this was the generation where they introduced Marvel scales, who knows. Ooh, we got a Shell Bell. That's actually pretty useful. That is useful to the point that I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Genghis. Okay, so it does seem as though we don't have to fight our rival quite yet. So we might fight our rival after the gym battle, in which case we'll have an even bigger level advantage, which would be nice. Most of this run, the only dangerous Pokemon on our rival's team will be his flying type, but that will be a very dangerous Pokemon. So that lady tries to give us an Eevee. We've got a full party though, so... Oh, and nope, we're not giving it a nickname. But we will probably evolve it at some point, maybe, I don't know. We're actually going to go ahead and drop Arthur in the box, though. But yeah, we might evolve it at some point, just to use it for Fly. No items back here. Oh, there is an item back here. I just had to go a step further. So yeah, the only Pokemon that I have that I'm allowed to walk around in Amity Square with is Alexander. Oh, we got the TM for Attract. Navigating Amity Square always confuses me a bit. Because these things, like, teleport you around, and I think there's some randomness to it. Like, I think there are patterns with it, but I don't know what they are. And there are a couple of items here, like you saw that we got a TM there, and there's an item right down there. Yeah, see, this is a totally different area than where we came in. And we got the amulet coin. That's kind of useless since we were already giving ourselves infinite money. Yeah, see, I don't know the pattern to make it to that item down there. It might not even be through here. There might be some other route that just teleports us into Amity Square. There's a part of me that thinks that's the case. Anyway. That said, if we come up here to the contest hall, we're going to go ahead and trigger a cutscene. And then we talk to Fantina, and that gives us access to the gym. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the gym challenge is going to be this time around. Pitch black, we got a flashlight, the gym trainers have flashlights, so if I shine the light on them or they shine the light on me, then it's a battle. Okay. So now it's time to switch Hercules up front. And go ahead and teach him the TM for Thief. And if it weren't for Hercules and getting access to this TM, I would have written this this specific run off as not possible. Oh, and hang on. Where's our dread plate? There. We'll also go ahead and give Hercules a dread plate. Oh crap. Hang on. There. So, hang on. Oh, I see. So I guess I have to match the shape. Okay. So here I have to find the tile with the shape. Ah, there's the tile. It looks like it's a sun. Which is actually the same as the shape right above it. I wonder if they randomized it. Okay, so we made it through there pretty safely. I think we can repeat that. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and get trained up. Unfortunately, I think we're going to have to drop... We're going to have to drop either Return or Aerial Ace for this upcoming fight. I just don't know which. Both have their merits. Aerial Ace gives us extra coverage, while Return is powerful neutral coverage for a lot of the dangerous threats that our only counterplay to at this moment is one shot with Heracross. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and switch Alexander up front and just trigger this optional battle. Let's see. Oh, sweet. We're learning Nasty Plot. Let's go ahead and drop Scratch, because there's really no reason for us to know it. Oh yeah, now we're going to get, we're going to get Hercules close to level 27. you have to make very certain to avoid passing level 27. Counter, we don't need quite yet. I don't know if we'll have a fight where we need counter, but at the moment we don't. And while I'm thinking about it, we're going to drop a quick save state in case I accidentally overlevel. The main thing is that we want to be at level 27 when we face Miss Magius, just because that gives us the guarantee on having the stats that I've projected. But we don't want to be at level 27 before we enter the fight, because that would be breaking the level cap. I need to take a look at some of the held items of Pokemon we've had encounters for up to this point, because since we're running with Thief on Heracross, we could hypothetically go around and thief a bunch of held items from random wild Pokemon. And I think Munchlax has a chance to be carrying leftovers, which could make leftovers a farmable resource, and that would be just fantastic. You know what, while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and not trigger fights where I don't know what they have, actually. Okay, so if we scroll to the Platinum section, okay, yeah, we can totally take this guy. And this guy has a Machop. And there we go. We just hit the benchmark for 2-hit KOing Miss Magius with Thief, without any modifiers like Dread Plate or anything along those lines. So that takes a lot of the load off. Even though we do have access to Dread Plate, now we can go ahead and add in a Citrus Berry and use that instead. Oh, I meant to fight that. You know, I will say, nice thing about the Sinnoh games, they give you lots of opportunities to get Zubat, which is very helpful for Nuzlocking, because Crobat is a phenomenal Pokemon. Like, there are very few Pokemon that you should be more excited for getting in a Nuzlocke than Crobat. So that's fantastic speed, solid attack, or even potentially solid special attack, I think, in some games when it gets access to Nasty Plot. Decent bulk. Frequently it has reliable recovery and roost. Flying type coverage is just generally phenomenal. Like, Crobat pretty much carried the poison monolock in Pokemon Y. So that should give an indication as to how good that Pokemon is. And it's really only gotten better for Nuzlocking as the generations have gone on. Okay. So hang on. And how many XP does this give me? $298. So I think I have room for at least one more of that. Yeah, I've got room for one more of that pretty easily. And we'll drop a save state right there. But now it's on to some of the other Pokemon for a bit of grinding. Because Chimchar can go ahead and clear out a bunch of Roselia and Ralts and Budew. Oh, it teleported. To get some nice, healthy special attack EVs. And why not? We'll fight some Bidoof as well. Oh, hang on. That thing managed to do some decent damage to us. Maybe we won't fight Bidoof. I think it got a crit, but... Torment... Not for the moment. Oh, fine. I'll turn off the speed up for precise menuing. Now we don't want to have Chimchar fight B-Barrel. Though what we can do, actually, is go ahead and switch to Genghis. Oh, it must have been Rollout. Must have been a Rollout crit that did all that damage to Alexander. So yeah, there are 3 important level up moves that Alexander can only get access to as Chimchar, not as Monferno or Infernape. Which are Nasty Plot, which we've already learned, Flamethrower, which we can get through other ways, but we might get it a bit earlier by getting it through level up, I think. And Slack Off, which I don't actually know if we'll wind up using with Alexander, but it would be nice to have for my current strategy for the final Cyrus fight. Okay, that's Alexander close to the level cap. And what about Genghis? What are you up to right now? See, we definitely don't want to over-level Genghis, because Hang on. We actually need Genghis for the Fantina fight for pivoting purposes. Since, again, we've only got technically 3 fighting types right now, but we really don't want to bring Sun Tzu into a fight with a ghost-type gym leader. Like, as much as Sun Tzu is one of the Pokemon that we're allowed to use, it's not one of our good options right now. We'll add him to the team. Her to the team, sorry. We'll add her to the team. Hold up, and we're gonna run. Because we were getting headbutt flinched, and one more hit could kill us if it crit. But yeah, we'll add Sun Tzu to the team. What about that guy? Is that guy a trainer? I don't think he is. Artist guy, it doesn't look like it. Oh, this is the guy who gives us the odd keystone. Got it. But yeah, we'll bring Sun Tzu on in case we find ourselves in a really desperate situation and we need to okay, he's locked into rollout now. Oh, that was close. That might have been a kill if it had been a crit. I need to stop being dumb. But yeah, if we're in desperate need of a sacrifice, we can sacrifice Sun Tzu, but I really don't want to throw away a team member because all of our team members are actually pretty important into the late game. Okay, we're gonna leave it there because I think we're reasonably close with everyone. Oh, yep. Yeah, Hercules is only 30 points away. The other two are within a few hundred. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and heal up at the Pokemon Center. Everything we do going forward is actually very important for getting this right, because we can't get into any trainer battles within the gym, or we'll lose all of the experience. Or we'll overlevel, I mean. I will lead Alexander for the moment, since they are technically optional battles. Sun Tzu, you can join the team for moral support and, in worst case scenario, death. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep speed up mode off for until we are done with the gym battle. Oh. And we're going to save. I love how this is the second our strains in this game, but because I've been using speed up mode so much, it thinks we're at 27.5 hours. We're going to double up on the save. And we'll pause it there. Export our memory. And load up PK Hex. Okay, now give me just a minute to edit my items. Okay, so I've already put in Cherry, Chesto, Pecha, Aspear, and Oran, since those were items we had access to before. I'll put in Rostberries. And all of the berries that we already have. I've just cranked those all the way up to max. Now, Leppa. Person. Lum. Citrus. Figgy, Wiki, Mago, Agwav, and Iapapa are all almost certainly useless. I'll double check that between levels, but Weepear is just a Poffin ingredient. Pineapple as well, so Pomeg. Kelpsy. Quallot. Hondu. Repa. Tomato. Corn. I can't actually even remember what some of these later ones do. They might also be Magast. Some of these later ones might also just be Poffin berries. But it really doesn't matter when we've got the berries that we really care about here. Okay, and with those changes updated, we now need to reload the ROM. And we'll check our bag. Would you look at all those berries? So yeah, the big ones here that I want to point out are Leppa, Lum, Persim, and Citrus. All of those are likely to come up pretty often during the run. Leppa gives us unlimited restoration of PP in situations where we need it, such as in the Elite Four is the main time that's likely to come up. Persim protects us from confusion. Lum can heal any status condition, though if we want to focus on specific status conditions, we have the berries for those as well up there. And Citrus can heal us. I think it's a quarter of our hit points this generation. Back in 3rd gen, it was 30 hit points flat. But in this gen, I believe it's a quarter, which still works, but isn't quite as good early game. Okay, so that said, we're at normal speed. Looks like we're going for the square one this time around. Oh, while we're here, we're gonna drop another save state. So we really need this person to our left here, or this person to our right to pick certain paths. If the guy to our right could please go off into that right-hand area. Okay, that was risky, but we made it. And now the panel on the floor is off to our left. Looks like a star. Okay, it's that one to the left there. And while it looks like we're shining our light on that guy, he's actually one row below us. But we want a little bit more wiggle room. That's enough wiggle room. There we go. Okay. No actual point in saving. But in case the game crashes or something, we're going to do that. Okay, let's double check our team. Obviously, we don't want Alexander in front now. We're actually going to lead Genghis. There's one other important thing, which is we're going to teach Substitute to Hercules. And as much as I like having the extra coverage provided by Aerial Ace, I think just the raw power of return at present is a bit more important. Because we really need something that will be one-shotting a lot of the frail Pokemon that we have no defensive counterplay for. So, Hercules now knows Substitute. And I think that's a TM that we can actually buy in Veilstone, so we can get more substitutes in future, I believe. Secret Power, Attract, Recycle. Yeah, none of these actually come up here. Genghis could learn Captivate. Hang on. There's a small amount of potential there. If we check out Gym Leader Fantina. You know, we might actually teach Genghis Captivate. I don't know, though. You know what? For the moment, these are the only ghost types that we actually have to worry about. Wait, hang on. Is that a renewable TM? This is an important question here. Can we buy more of that? Okay, it doesn't look like it. Genghis is male. Fantina's Duskull is presumably female. Just because Pokemon tend to match the gender of their trainer in these games. Northhome City, jump to the gym. Platinum Fantina. Duskull has a gender, right? Yeah. Why does it not specify? Hold up here. Okay, if we jump over here to Fantina's Bulbapedia page, Pokemon Platinum Gym Battle. Okay, yes, her Pokemon are all female. So Captivate could hypothetically be a viable strategy. You know what? I actually think this is important enough to warrant spending our Captivate TM. That may turn out to be a terrible decision, but the thing is, Duskull only has one potentially threatening move. It's not even that threatening, but Future Sight could potentially cause some damage. If we use Captivate on it, that issue is eliminated. There's one more thing. We want to give Genghis a Rostberry to heal a potential burn. And we want to give Hercules a Citrus Berry. I think that's actually it. I think that's the setup we want here. Let's go for it. Let me double check her level cap. Hang on. Okay. Her level cap is 26. And let me jump to some more appropriate music here. Alright. Here comes the part of the challenge that I have spent the most time planning for. Because it is that restrictive on this challenge. Okay, so we open with a Captivate. Even though we've got incredibly low speed, I think Duskull is actually going to be slower. Yeah, Genghis is strutting his stuff. Canonically, Genghis has, like... Genghis has had kids. Genghis Khan had kids with many, many women. I read a statistic earlier today that said like 16 million men are 16 million people are descended from him. So, like, Genghis using Captivate is actually somewhat on brand. Please burn me, thank you. Okay. This is our perfect scenario. Now we set up a substitute. That won't break our sub. One more turn of burn damage will trigger our Citrus Berry. And this should be a one-shot. So Genghis leveled up. And Hercules leveled up. And we've definitely got the benchmarks we need to outspeed and two-shot Miss Magius. So yeah, Citrus Berry gave us some health back. Thief will finish off Haunter as well. Haunter's extremely frail and we were guaranteed to outspeed since Miss Magius is the fastest thing on the team. We are going to take a little bit of burn damage here. And the substitute didn't fade. Okay, everything has gone according to plan. Now the nice thing is, and I did plan for this, that Miss Magius is holding a Citrus Berry. So by thiefing that away, we'll be at a little higher health than we otherwise might have been. Which would have been some counterplay for if our substitute broke prematurely. I don't think Fantina has, Okay, so we took some damage from our burn, and again, we used their Citrus Berry as well. We're gonna pause that for a second. I'm just double checking if Fantina has any heals. She has 2 super potions. Depending on health, she might be able to survive a hit after super potioning. That might get her back to full, but I don't think it will. In which case, we should probably KO this next turn. But at this point, it doesn't matter. She doesn't have enough potions to stall us out as burn damage finishes us. There we have it. the gym leader that I've spent most of this run worried about. We got the relic badge, which gives us access to the move Defog. And we got the TM for Shadow Claw, which is really good because we need ghost type coverage. And where's our burn heal? There we go. And just like that, we have cleared the third gym. And without any deaths. So, to be fair, that did get eased quite a bit by, Heracross having guts. Had Heracross not had guts, though, we would have just opened with Substitute, which, oh, whatchamacallit. We could have just opened with a Substitute, which Future Sight can't break. I did the calcs on that, I believe. And then... oh, hang on. Let's give Genghis back the Shell Bell. And actually, we might go ahead and switch Genghis back into the lead spot as well. Hercules, on the other hand, I'm actually going to go ahead and stick with Citrus Berry. Okay. And now it's time to go and take on our rival. Now we have to keep Thief on Hercules for a little bit here. Huh, I could have sworn we had a rival fight here. Do we not in Platinum? Oh, we do, but it's at higher level than what I thought it was. Oh, it's a good thing I'm checking this. Okay. Jeez, that's actually pretty scary. Because he won't have a Starly, he'll have a Staravia. Which is extremely dangerous for our entire team. Why are you doing this to me? Game. I can't believe the amount of effort that went into planning that fight out. And I'm feeling unprepared for the rival fight immediately afterwards. Okay, there he is. So if we want to go east, we have to go through him. Can we go south? No, these guys are still blocking our way to the south. Okay, we got one more big, dangerous battle coming up. Oh, but you know what? There is one thing we can do real quick to prepare. I just thought of this. It's extremely obvious. And I'm going to double check it, but I'm almost 100% certain that we've got room now within the level cap. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank goodness. Alright, and we're just going to switch into speed up mode and take a second for some grinding. We're already even leading the Pokemon that we want to be for this grind. Oh, I guess I could have taken on that Zubat. We got plenty of HP EVs off of Wild Bidoof and B-Barrel. It is no longer a one hair across show. Oh yes. And also, after we beat the fight, after we beat the boss, we should probably save. Now we've got two good Pokemon. So if we check here, a little bit better HP, probably thanks to all of those HP EVs. Still awful speed, which means Genghis will have to take a hit from Staravia, but I'm reasonably confident we can. Pretty good attack, all of those things. The thing is, hang on. Drop one more save state. I want to test something. Because I took a guess a little bit ago that what the game does with, impossible evolutions is that it makes them friendship-based. In which case, we've definitely got enough friendship on Genghis to evolve it. And I want to test this out. So if this doesn't work, if this doesn't evolve Genghis into a Machamp, then we're going to go ahead and reload that save state. But I don't really know another way to test this to be sure without starting up a completely separate file. Okay, didn't work. We're gonna reload the save state. But that said, that is big. Because now we actually have two good Pokemon, and we don't have to rely on incredibly pitiful defenses and hit HP on Genghis to clear, or to initially take out Staravia. Instead, a quick heal. And we're gonna go ahead and give Genghis a citrus berry because the recovery from Shell Bell is actually pretty pitiful. I think it's like 1/16 the damage done or something. Anyway, it never amounts to much. So since Genghis now has pretty solid physical, or since Genghis now has decent HP, give me a sec. Sorry, finding the rival on the trainer dock is actually a massive pain because, well, there are a lot of Pokemon on this dock that have the ability Rivalry. That said, yeah, it looks like we're dealing with 6 IVs on all his Pokemon. So that should ease things up a little bit. And his Staravia has a timid nature. It does still have Intimidate, and it is going to be faster than us. But we should be able to deal with it, especially with the low IV and attack and minus attack nature. So yeah, I think we're actually in a situation where we can do this. This is back before they always seemed to... This is back before they started always giving you a chance to refuse the battle so that you could go heal. Okay, Revenge. Double team strats. It's a good thing I didn't go for Rock Tomb, since that would have a very low chance of hitting at this point. If we can connect with one more hit... Oh, crud. That triggers our Citrus Berry. So we're above half, so I think only a crit kills us here. Hang in there, Genghis. Come on, please hit. Yes! Okay, that should be a kill. Yes! Okay. And even though Prinplup has Peck, Heracross should have the bulk to deal with it. I don't suppose Prinplup has, like, an item or anything. No, no item. Okay. Oh, hey, I'll take a crit. So on the bright side, the rest of this should be pretty straightforward. Because his last 2 Pokemon aren't nearly as threatening as his first 2 were. He's got a Roselia here, which is a strong Pokemon in its own right, but we've got the stats to take it. Oh. I didn't mean to go to run. And I don't know what that Ponyta's ability is. I don't think it has Flame Body yet. I think that's a hidden ability. Hang on. Yeah, it's got Runaway. Okay. that was way too close for comfort. I do have to say that, because one crit from that Staravia, and we would be dead. See, the thing is, part of why I wish I had, apparently the audio glitch that I experienced on my end seems to have been accompanied with my audio cutting out for, or my voice cutting out for y'all, so that's fun. With the amount of money I put into this setup, you'd think it would work. I did my research and everything. It should not be struggling that hard, but anyway. I think this is a good time to save and call it a night. That rival fight was close, but I think we've got some wiggle room now. So, since it doesn't seem like since it seems like I was probably wrong about my guess of, oh jeez. I was probably wrong about my guess of impossible evolutions being based on friendship, so in that case, Genghis is probably going to evolve at the level it did in my test file, which was 37. Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't get why it's level 37 and not 30 or 36, which seem like much more obvious choices. But you know what? Who cares? Genghis will eventually evolve by level up. We're on a good track. We just got access to the area to the east. I wonder, actually, does it now open up the area to the south? No. Okay. We really want to get to that southern area because that's where we get access to a couple of important things. One of them is the Dawnstone, which allows us to evolve Kirlia into Gallade, or it might be the Shiny Stone. Either way, the stone that we need is there. I know that much. And down south there, we get access to the Move Tutor, which is like 90% of the reason that I chose Pokemon Platinum for this run. Because the Move Tutor gives a lot of our Pokemon access to literally all of the elemental punches, which gives us a lot of important counterplays. Electric and fire and ice coverage are all very useful for fighting types, particularly electric and ice, as they give coverage for flying types. Also, electric gives coverage for water, ice gives coverage for dragons. They're just very useful types. Which make it pretty important to make sure that we have the right types on our team which give us access to a pretty wide variety of coverage. I think we also get some moves like Sucker Punch and Zen Headbutt, which I think is the only way that Sun Tzu can learn a physical psychic type move, though I'm hoping to avoid needing that. I'm honestly anticipating having Sun Tzu have fighting and like ice or something instead, because that's just a better type combo and Zen Headbutt isn't fully accurate. But yeah, we're gonna call it there for the night. We'll drop another save. We'll drop a save state in case for some reason those saves didn't record properly or something. Well, we'll call it there with this game for the night. I'm thinking we'll do a quick game, a quick run in Brotato. But yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff that should be happening next time around. So let me just fire up something else. All right. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that music. We're switching to Brotato, and we'll just do a run or two. You know, I feel like going for it. And why not? Let's randomize. Okay, we're going for Brawler. I've been trying to beat level 3 with Brawler for a minute. I keep making dumb mistakes, which is the only reason I haven't beaten it. And I just realized I started it different. You gotta go, Rafkin? Well, thanks for joining. Appreciate you dropping by. So I wanted to start with a fist and an empty hand, and a hand, just because the hand gives me a little boost to harvesting, which means I can start getting my harvesting stat going from the very beginning as opposed to later in the run, which is just a nice little benefit. We'll go ahead and get melee, another hand. I wonder what keeps catching my computer's attention. Anyway. Sorry about that snap, by the way. We're gonna lock in the baby elephant, because we'll want that, but not quite yet. Reroll a couple of times. There's the stuff we want right now. You gotta head out to be marching. Well, thanks for hanging out while you could. See y'all later. So yeah, we got a few hands and a couple of fists. We'll transition to mostly fists as the game goes on. We'll start combining the hands, because the fists are better for damage. I really only want the hands for the harvesting buff early on, because harvesting increases naturally, but you need a base bonus to it. So yeah, by having 3 hands, I get plus 10 to my harvesting, and then the hands each give plus 3. And then I've gained 2, 1 from each of the rounds that I've done, just based on how it increases by 5%. So just by doing that, we've managed to get our base harvesting up, and even if I got rid of all of those hands right now, we would still have 2 harvesting. I'm not going to do that for a minute, but they will slowly get cleared out. And give me more melee damage. We're not going to be doing any range damage, but we will probably have a bit of elemental at some point. Assuming all goes to plan, and yeah, just give me some extra dodge. And let's get the cute monkey, because that's very useful this early in the game. Okay, so see, we've got another fist. I'm going to go ahead and combine a couple of hands, rather than adding that in to buff one of our existing fists. Oh, and we'll buy another hand, and we'll lock in that hand too. So already we're getting closer to having several hands. And notice, because we combined our hands, we've got fewer of them. We lose 5 of the harvesting from the support weapon bonus, but we're already in a position where our harvesting is going to grow a bit naturally, and we're probably going to have at least one of those hands around for most of the run, or at least one hand around for most of the run. It'll probably be a level 4 hand pretty soon, or at least a level. We'll have a level 3 by next round because of that hand that we've got in there already. Oh, dang it, I didn't spot the guy with the package soon enough. You know what, give me a little bit extra harvesting. Another hand, give me the pickup range. Reroll. And we're actually going to lock in the sausage, which may seem like a questionable choice, but as I said, we're going to wind up with some, one more reroll. Let's just lock in that lumberjack shirt, which is always a nice item to have. But yeah, at some point down the line, we are going to have a little bit of elemental damage. We've actually got really good, just raw melee damage right now. So we're clearing the enemies pretty easily. I'm not really bothering with those guys, with the little floating elephant-looking dudes, unless I have to, because they spawn scattershot as if you hit them in the wrong way, which I haven't figured out what the right way is yet. Speed. Give us a little extra dodge as well. Okay, so the scared sausage, our attacks will have a chance to do some burning damage since we're going to wind up investing a bit in elemental later on. There's not much reason not to. Baby elephant, lumberjack shirt, we got money for all of them. We'll lock in trees because that's always good. Lock in these two, and we should be good to go. So yeah, as you can see, we're doing a little bit of burning damage, which isn't crazy. It's mainly only affecting stuff that gets knocked away by our hands rather than our fists, because our fists are kind of just one-shotting the stuff that they hit at present. But eventually that burning damage will be applying to a good chunk of attacks that it'll really be paying for itself. And another tree, dang it. I was trying to break multiple trees. Didn't quite make it over there. I'm just going to go ahead and buff speed. Speed is always useful. Give me another fist. Trees. Goat skull will give us more melee damage. Another fist. We won't bother with this hand because we don't have anywhere that it could go. We would have to combine a couple of fists to make room for it. Lock in Mastery because that's fantastic. Lock in Baby Elephant and Goat Skull because, well, we already got some of those and it was a good idea, so why not more? We might find the chance to invest in some critical hit chance. Right now, we've got no chance of hitting crits with any of our attacks. Oh, heck. See, that's the reason I kinda hate these elephant dudes. Not only do they just kind of shoot randomly if you... I think it's if you hit them with an attack that's already hit something else. That's my current theory, but don't quote me on it. But not only that, they hit you for a lot of damage. More melee damage. Always more melee damage. So yeah, we might eventually get the chance to clear out that crit chance, but I can't really guarantee it. We're gonna take the baby elephant, lock in the plate armor. I'd like to buy that now, but I can't. We'll lock in another fist. Oh, and that charcoal. Because again, we want some elemental damage investment. We want to keep up our mobility. Break trees where we can. Oh, we got a crate. That's always good. That'll give us an extra item for free. I'd really like it if we could invest some in luck, but so far the game hasn't given us any good opportunities to do so. You know what? We've got the speed to afford that little penalty, and both of those benefits are pretty good. Why does it really want us to have dodge? Like, we're not going to get a bigger buff to that from our weapon bonus, so I guess we can go ahead and max out dodge right now. And let's take HP. HP is always good at this stage of the game. Well, HP is pretty much always going to be useful. Another fist. Some armor. We do have to take a 3% penalty to damage for that, but we can roll with that for the moment. And we can absolutely afford a small hit to dodge for some extra elemental damage. And it may seem strange, but I'm actually going to buy a bit of range. Lock in the coupon. And that'll be it. So yeah, we are even melting those big guys right now, which should be a testament to how strong our damage is at present. And that's the reason I was willing to take a little bit of a damage hit for the armor, because we've got so much melee damage stacked up for this point of the game that we're actually pretty crazy right now. Would you mind dying, giving me your crate? Thank you. And we've got 60% dodge, which means we've got a 60% chance to dodge any attack that tries to hit us. See, I want the lifesteal, but I don't want the hit to elemental. I'm gonna recycle that. And that. Oh wait, there's luck right there. We definitely want some luck. And for luck, I'm willing to take a tiny hit to elemental damage. We got another fist. Do one quick reroll. Lock in head injury. And I will occasionally grab a buff for range. Just because it would be nice to be operating at full range. It'll help us clear out these crowds a little bit more effectively, because our punches will go through more of them. At present, we're kind of in a state where we could just sort of stand still. But I like to keep in motion so that I spot trees early when they appear, so that I'm not on a time crunch. And yeah, y'all can see our dodge is putting in work. Got another crate that we'll pick up at the end of the round. If you notice, I try to deliberately avoid the fruits in the crates, because they're automatically drawn to me if I need health. So by avoiding them, they're still sitting there when I wind up needing health. Ooh, damage or armor. You know what? Give me a bit of armor. And some more speed. Head injury. Yes, definitely. Another coupon. Another hand. So now if we get another fist, we'll go ahead and combine those hands. Which will lose us 5 harvesting. But I think... Actually, it'll lose us like... It'll lose us 5 harvesting, and the bonus from one hand is only like 12. But our harvesting is already starting to stack naturally, which means we can work with that. Oh, that is hard to accept, but so worth it. And the attack speed and range is also worth it. Okay. Combine those. Put that in there. So see, we dropped from 41 down to 36. Hang on, how much harvesting? Oh my. Okay, we didn't lose any harvesting by combining those. And yes, we'll take a little bit more elemental damage. I want this, but not bad enough to take a minus 1% to attack speed. Except I actually do want it bad enough to take that. What am I saying? Luckily, so I should point this out, part of what we have as a brawler is plus 50% with unarmed weapons, which is everything we have. Okay. So yeah, at the moment we're kind of just circling around, trying not to directly engage with the big guys, just trying to hit them as we pass. Get some chip damage, and occasionally one or two of them will drop while we hunt for trees. That's pretty much how I play this game. I run around looking for trees while trying to not die. Because the trees have a chance to drop items. Items make you better or give you extra materials. And we got a few seconds here. Might as well just charge into things and try and get extra damage. Oh, that is fantastic. It nearly zeroes out our crit chance. Oh, and bag. That's actually really good, especially since we had plenty of speed. Oh, max HP or life steal. Give me the life steal. Oh, and that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why we've been holding on to all of that elemental damage. For the flaming brass knuckles. There are 2 items in this game that are unarmed, but have There are 4 unarmed weapons in this game. The fist and hand are the basic ones, and then eventually you unlock flaming brass knuckles and an explosive fist thing. I'm not actually sure what it is called. Okay, so we got an elite appearing on wave 12. Lock that in. See, I kind of want the wheelbarrow, but at the same time I don't want the hit to armor. So I haven't invested as much as I could in health. Look at how fast we're dealing with the skeleton-wrapped guys. I expect all of these guys have, like, names somewhere. I wish we had, like, a Pokédex, basically. That would be a nice addition to the game. Devs of the game, if you happen to be watching a streamer playing your game... Oh, hold up, sorry. I just realized I never updated my title or category. Time to throw hands. Rotato. And I'll drop the challenge and Nuzlocke categories from, or tags from it. Okay. So now, Rotato devs, if you happen to be watching a stream that was literally just set to being in the Rotato category and has 1 viewer, please, by all means, add a Pokédex into this. I want a compendium of the enemies that I've defeated. Maybe not just defeated once, maybe you have to defeat like 1,000 of a certain kind of enemy to unlock full details or something, but I'd love to get I'd love to know names for these things. So yeah, all of our hands have a chance to burn, but then also our brass knuckles have a guaranteed chance to burn. And as I've mentioned before on burn builds, I think they stack, but I couldn't tell you for certain. Oh, look at all that health. Or all that material. And yes, give us more luck. It's really questionable, but I always take luck. Every single build, I wind up with, like, crazy luck. We've got an elite the next wave. We've got enough speed to deal with them, I think. I think the right way to go here is the armor. See, I'd love to take explosive shells, but I can't really guarantee that we'll get the explodey fist, because that one is even less common than, brass knuckles. That said, give me the energy bracelet, and the thing is, we have so much dodge that minus 2% is has a very minimal impact. We'll want to start investing in dodge again soon, but because we do want that maxed out if possible. But right now we can take a few of these things that cause hits to dodge. Give me the beanie. I think that's about as good as we can do for this round. So, there's going to be an elite. We're going to try and kill it because we have a pretty good damage build. Okay, so we're killing it pretty quick. You saw how fast it mutated there. That only happens if we take out like 1/3 of its health, so... The thing about the elites is that if you kill them, they drop a really strong item, do have to be careful not to die ourselves in the process. Got 10 more seconds. I'm going to try to not be stupid about this for once. Which means if we can't quite kill it in time, that's okay. Oh, I don't want that hit to elemental damage. I will take that. And I will take that, as much as I don't want to take hits to life, or to knockback. I expect we'll get a boxing fist at some point to balance that out. Dang it. I was really hoping to take that thing out, but oh well. Give me more damage. More HP. Swap some HP for damage. Why the heck not? Give us blood donation. We still need more attack speed, so I can't really afford to take the bowler hat, because that would actually start to hurt. I probably shouldn't have taken blood donation while I've got so little recovery, because right now all of my recovery is fruit and a tiny bit of life steal. I'd really like it if we could get regen, but at the same time, at least we seem to be keeping up. Look at how fast stuff is melting here. Oh, as long as I don't get reckless. Oh, and I've got 3 health all of a sudden. See, that's what happens when you get reckless. And that is what has happened every time I've tried to beat level 3 with this character. Or danger level 3 with this character. Anyway, folks, that's it for today. We had a good run in Pokemon Platinum. Got through the most worrying part of the run, and now we get to the part where I have no idea what's going on because I haven't prepped for it beyond just a cursory scan over. I don't know what resources we're going to have. I don't know what challenging battles might sneak up on me. All sorts of stuff, so this is I know a few of the challenges, but we're entering a dangerous portion of the game. Luckily, we will also get access to some cool stuff. Once we reach Veilstone, we'll get a department store, a bunch of TMs that we can use to expand our options. All sorts of stuff like that. It should be really good, so hope y'all can join me next time. I appreciate everyone who came and joined and lurked or chatted or whatever. Y'all are awesome. Appreciate ya, and I hope to see you next time. Later, folks.